Okay, testing 1, 2. I assume this is working. Okay, so my name's Case. I have been playing Elden Ring since pretty much the release. I've got about 1,000 hours of playtime in it. I wanted to start a new playthrough coming up on the DLC. See if I can rip through, make a good character to use in the DLC. My favorite class to play so far is some kind of faith-based melee. I really like the faith buffs and heal spells that are real cool. I do use a lot of summoning. Um, this time, I think I'm going to try something a little different in that I'm going to make kind of a jack of all trades, all arounder character. Um, Probably focusing primarily first on intelligence, just to get some quick range damage, and then maybe putting a little on arcane. Maybe potentially going forward with some kind of bleed magic melee combo build. Anyways, that's my tentative plan. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this playthrough streaming is because I've been watching. I wish I could go back in time and replay Elden Ring again, fresh for the first time. All the surprises and all the cool discoveries. I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube do their first playthrough and just kind of blind playthroughs. And there's so many easy mistakes that people make when they first start the game. So I'm gonna record here my starting route, how to get kind of like comfortably leveled. I usually I'm talking a lot right now, but I'll start in just a second. So what I usually do is pretty much clear Lingrave and the Weeping Peninsula, and then I clear a couple of all the Lingrave quests that I can advance as far as I can. Usually then beat Margit. Usually make it through about half of Stormvale before I get to Godfrey. Right before the Godfrey fight, then I usually go explore Caelid and do what I can there, pick up some stuff, prep stuff. And then once my weapons probably, like level 3 to 6 in there, then I'll go fight Godfrey. I have played, like I said, about 1,000 hours. I have a countless number of saves that I started and then deleted. I do have a couple that are pretty much 100% completed. All the quests, as many items as I could find without stupid farming. Usually I try to stay between level 150 and 200. This time I am hoping to go through New Game Plus, play my second journey. I have played New Game Plus one new journey. I've never made it any farther than that. I usually start a new character after journey 2. But I want to try and see if I can make a really good balanced character that can do a little bit of everything, and then just claw my way through journey 2 without kind of capping myself on a level. So I just kind of max the level of this character. I play offline usually because the player messages are irritating. I still do like to see the bloodstains sometimes. The white ghosts fandoms are dumb. And then I don't like to use co-op live or human summons. I will use the NPC summons and then my spirit action summons, of course. Okay, well, all right. Anyways, all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. Just for the purposes of the video, I'm going to try and let the cutscenes and dialogue play through. It's in my current nature to just skip all that stuff, so I may skip some of the dialogue on accident, but I'll try to remember not to. All right. Anyways, I'm just going to do a quick character. Um, What am I gonna name it? Uh, I'll just do tarnished for now. Oh, and it's May, so let's do that. Okay, yeah. Keepsake. I almost always go with the golden seed, even though stone sword key is a good choice, but you gotta go with that. And then just do quick here, and then rock and roll.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Cool. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. Um, I'm not sure how much of it, like on a first playthrough, It's all meaningless names and words, and you have no idea what's going on there. Um, Demigods, the Shattering, Tarnished, all that. A couple things I always laugh at there, and then watching other people do their first playthrough, it always amuses me where how they react to. The first thing he kind of like he goes bad tank, which makes me laugh like middle schooler or whatever, and then. I would wonder who the narrator there is supposed to be. If it's just a nameless narrator, because it kind of sounds like Sir Gideon off here, and gets so excited when he says his own name, Sir Gideon, the all-knowing. So pretty interesting stuff there. It's also funny this part, how scared people get. Oh yeah, okay. So a couple things I'll talk about. I mean, obviously you're not supposed to win this fight, but two-handing. They'll explain it a little bit later. I'm just gonna. Yeah, so this is a scripted fight. You can win. You have no healing. Um, you have to be pretty good to fight that guy with nothing. You pick the samurai class. It starts with a bow, and you can whittle him down and play extra careful and win that way. You may also be able to with like the uh, astrologer, start with magic, with some pebble, and just kind of zap him. But I imagine you're going to run out of magic before he's dead. And then you're going to have to switch to melee, and with your health that low.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all.
Yeah, anyway, so if you do beat the grafted sign first try,
One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
you get a pretty cool sword and I think a great shield.
Even if it does violate
the
Golden
Order. They could be cool. The sword especially has some neat special features to it. But if you do win the fight, you can go through the door there and then basically die anyways and wake up here just the same. A little tricky kind of spoilers later, but you are able to come back to that Chapel of Anticipation a bit later in the game if you're interested. Oh yeah, okay. So just for utility's sake, I'm going to do the where are they? Here, let's do this. Oh, okay. So HUD. Here's your HUD setting. You used to start. I'm not sure what the current settings are in the current update, but it used to start in auto, which means the HUD's going to hide itself when you don't need it. You can bring back up the HUD by hitting, I think, triangle, but it's much, much better to have it on so you can see, everything, including your skill over there on the left. Barbaric Roar is my weapon skill. You see, obviously, health and stamina, and then the compass and your souls. I did turn the tutorial on. I'm going to go through the tutorial here just so in case anybody that's watching is new, wants to see it, you can see it. The tutorial here is hilarious. A lot of people that are playing blind that don't know are just going to skip it, right? They assume it's just a hole. They put this pop-up in, this Cave of Knowledge pop-up, later in the game because so many people were missing the tutorial. So it tells you that, yeah, you actually are supposed to go down in the hole. This message was here the whole time, Cave of Knowledge lies below. But because so many people are playing online, there are like white message signs scattered all over the place here, and it makes this one almost impossible to distinguish from any other. So lots of people miss it that way. This guy is here the whole time, but Again, people don't really know you can talk to him unless you get close, and then he talks so slow, he doesn't have spoken lines, you just gotta read. And I did notice a lot of people that are playing their first playthrough, they just don't have the patience to read the instructions, so they like skip shit, especially people that have played other Souls-like From Software games. They're like, oh, yep, I know this, and they skip all the tutorials, but things aren't exactly the same. Um, so then they get confused later. All right, so that was switch items. If you press down here, it's going to toggle between any item you have on your item list. Item list is here in the equipment menu, blah, blah, blah. You can equip any items you have in your inventory on this bar here, and then that relates to this one over here on the bottom left. I keep usually only my health and stamina there, and then later we'll use over here your pouches. These are quick pouches. So by holding triangle, you can bring up your pouches. They're all empty right now. The other thing I did without explaining is two-hand. You'll notice right now I got one hand swinging my weapon. You hold triangle and then press your attack button for the weapon you want to two-hand. That's how you two-hand it. Right, so that's on PlayStation triangle and R1 to two-hand your weapon. Unless you're using a shield, two-handing is definitely important. Yeah, so this is Sights of Grace, HP, FP, cleanse status effects, and then respawn most non-boss enemies. The other thing they throw on here is that these explanations are acquired in the form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. So we can go here to the inventory and look here at your inventory menu and that about the Cave of Knowledge here. The other thing there's a lot, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it tells you all the button options that you have. Again, a lot of people don't look down there, so like, what do the buttons do? Right? It tells you what they do. Right? So we can switch here with square, a couple different things we can look at there. We can also switch to triangle. That looks at our character status menu. We can hide that screen by clicking the right stick. That's R3. That's interesting later, and we'll come in handy. But right now, I don't really have any. So let's go ahead and rest here. Also point out, I just touched the grace, and now it's active. But in order to use it, I also have to rest at it. Right? And then also I have here, this is also a new addition from the vanilla. I think we're in update 1.10. The little icon here next to flasks tells us that we have an option to do here, and this is my starting gift, the golden seed. So I'm going to use that, and what that does is add to my flasks. I started with 4. That would be 3 health and 1 magic. And I just got, by using that seed, 1 extra. So now I have 4 health. And I can reallocate these any way I want. Right now I don't have any magic to use. I only have my weapon skill, which does use FP. So I'm going to leave 1, but dedicate the rest to health. I don't have any spells. And then there's nothing in my chest, or there's nothing I need to put in my chest, right? So that's all I can do. I can also pass time, but it is not important at this point. All right, cool. Let's proceed through with the tutorial. Again, I'm going to get some pop-ups here because this is a tutorial. So this one tells me lock-on is R3, again, on PlayStation. Locking on is going to be really super, super important. But sometimes you have to unlock to control the camera better. So you just be ready to switch between lock on and not. The other thing they said, I skipped, didn't read it, but attacking, right? Pretty basic. So once I got my weapon ready, R1 is a regular attack, R2 is a heavy attack, and then R2 you can also hold to charge. Right? Usually if you charge it, you want to hold it the whole time as long as you can. Also, roll, circle, they'll tell us that later, and then jump, they'll tell us that later as well. But I mention it now because jump and R2 is your jumping heavy attack, jump and R1 is your jumping light attack. Get used to your jumping heavy, it's going to be money. Yeah, and then so they just said strong attack there. Oh, and guard. I can guard with my weapon, but I don't have a shield. The guarding with weapon is not very good. It will take some chip damage. And then, okay, dodge roll I already talked about. I almost never in the game used backstep, which I probably should get more used to backstep. Let's do a charge attack. Fully charged. Got him. Yeah, jump. It tells us there. There's a little archer up there that surprises people. Uh, we'll come back to him later, so I'm not going to worry about him. The other thing here, crafting materials. I'm not going to go out of my way in this playthrough to pick up crafting materials unless they're things that I need. But if I walk by them in the land, I will pick them up. Okay, wielding armaments. Depending on which character you start with, you will have a different options for armaments. Um, Armaments is a hard word for people to say. Watching on the YouTube playthroughs, which cracks me up a little bit. But arms usually are weapons, and then armaments are like armor and stuff like that. It can be a catch-all term to include all of them. So you might sometimes hear arms and armaments. Here they're just using armaments to describe any kind of weapon, shield, bow, anything like that. If you have more than one, here we'll go to menu now. But if you have more than one weapon, you can press left and right to switch your weapons and your shields. I only have the one, so. And then the two-handing I talked about a little bit earlier, but on these guys, on these great shield guys, two-handing is so money. It'll break the guard real fast. So it's like 4 hits, and then once their guard's broken, you can get them with a critical. The critical again is really hard for people. They haven't explained it yet, but critical is really hard for people who haven't played before because you got to be patient on the critical. They just told you to change your target. You use the right stick once you're locked on. So the critical, you have to be in the right positioning. And the right... Oh, that's rare. You usually don't fall off like that. Anyways, you have to be in the right positioning. You have to be the right distance. And then you have to be standing still when you do it. And you got to use R1. You got to use your light attack, not your heavy attack. Using your heavy attack does not perform correctly. They're going to explain weapon skills right here. L2 uses your weapon skill. If you have a shield equipped, generally your shield skill is going to take priority over your weapon skill. Whatever you have in your left hand is going to be the skill that you use. Obviously, I only have one. This weapon skill is called Barbaric Roar. It gives you different charged attack, and it gives you a buff, I think, to your strength and physical damage. You'll notice when pop-up goes away on the below my stamina bar on the top left corner, there's health, magic, and stamina. There's a little icon that shows me I'm buffed by my skill. Yeah, okay, so crouching, L3, you can crouch. And then when you're crouching and behind an enemy, generally they won't see you. You know, stand out there all day. You can even bump into them and they still don't notice you. But once you're behind them, you get that backstab. Critical. Boom. And then sneaking in tall grass makes you basically invisible. Nothing can see you. And then, yeah, so back turned enemy, R1, critical hit. Before I just explain that. This is also funny. So many people try to get through here and like, oh, it's not working, and they don't even notice there's another way. All right, so they're going to talk about here stance break. So it's a invisible bar that the enemies have once they take a certain amount of damage. Their stance will break and they fall down. Gives you an opportunity to do that critical hit. Holding charged attack, charge R2, is a great way to stagger, and then also the jumping R2 is a good stagger too. So let's stagger this guy. Boom, and then get our critical. Alright, cool. Stake Marika, I'm not sure exactly which one it is. Basically, it's a checkpoint. So if you die anywhere in the world, you end up back at a grace, your last grace that you rested at. If you die next to it, Stake America here, you get respawned at the stake. And again, you'll notice under the stamina bar on my top left menu, there's an icon that tells me I'm in the Stake America zone. So as long as that's lit up, I know I'm going to respawn there. obviously, here's the fog gate. We're going to fight a boss here. It's not a very challenging boss because it's only a tutorial. But this is a fog gate. Usually, you're going to make sure you're prepped and healed and ready to go before you enter one of these. They're going to give me one more pop-up tutorial here about guarding. I'll try a guard counter with my regular shield. So what we need to do first is block, and then follow up the block with an R2, which is just a heavy attack, but non-charged. So I'm going to block. Oh, you got me. Let me try that one more time, and then let's do it. Okay, not a beautiful fight, but it's done. Yeah, so we got a couple block counters in there, and then I, use my shield. So as a reward for completing the tutorial, you may notice this is where we started before we dropped down in the hole. So this brought us back here. So they gave us here an emote. Now these are a little tricky; they're never explained. But here are all your gestures over here. It is possible to turn those on and then use motion activation on your controller to use them, but I hate it, and I do them accidentally when I get excited. I move my controller around. So here's what this is what we got. I think this is for buying the DLC, the ring, and then we just picked up strength. Where to go? There it is, strength. All right, so. To use these, here's the ring. All right, and then here's what we just picked up, strength. All right. Keep an eye out for these glowing trees. There's almost always a golden seed next to them. Not on this one because we're still in the tutorial. All right, so anyways, that was the tutorial. You won't get a ton more pop-ups like that. It's one of the few places in the game where you'll see those pop-ups, and the pop-ups actually do pause the game, which is kind of interesting because there's no other way to pause the game. If you enter your inventory or whatever, you're still, enemies can still attack you, right? So, I can open my menu, or that was the map, but map, talk about later. Open my menu, I still move around, so it's not paused when the menu's open. Even when I go in like this, I can still move around, and enemies can still attack me. All right. The other thing I'll talk about here, so this is our first stake. We did do the map. Cave of Knowledge is where I just came from. Stranded Graveyard is where I'm at now. This is a different kind of fog gate. I played Dark Souls 1 and a little bit of 2 and a little bit of Bloodborne. They made me super frustrated, and I rage quit a lot, especially Dark Souls 1. But Elden Ring is a bit of a different game. So this one, I continue to persevere. I really enjoy this game more than the others. It's a little more accessible. But anyways, what I was going to say is this is the first time I've seen these keys in any Dark Souls game. I think they're in like Dark Souls 3, something like that too. But so you need a stone sword key here to open this fog gate and go in. In this case, because there's 2 imp head statues, you need 2 stone sword keys. You can pick that as your starting class and then go right in here. But that's a really tough dungeon. You can kind of cheese through it and get a couple good items out of there without fighting a boss. But in order to do that, I need armor, so I can't get poisoned. And the wretch doesn't start with any. So I'll come back for that later. There are 3 or 4 stone sword keys that we're going to get in our setup run. Yeah. So anyways, cooperative multiplayer here. This is another thing that's really confusing for people that are new to the Soulsborne franchise. I just picked up these 2 items that help with cooperative multiplayer. We're not going to do much of that, so we'll probably mostly just ignore these. Finger Sever, though, will if you join someone's game and want to leave, you can use the Finger Sever. And then throw the fingers for writing messages, I believe. All right, so that's the tutorial done. We're going to head out here into the main map, open world. and this is a super awesome part of it for anybody that is just playing for the first time. This, opening the door here to see the first, open world, really, I'll shut up, let you experience it. Yeah, you step out into such a cool land. Yeah, and the other thing that's really awesome about Elden Ring is almost everything you can see, you can go to, right? Because there's not a lot of like, oh, that looks cool over there, but I can't get there. So really, really is an open world. It really is a very cool concept, and so much different than their previous games that were much more linear, but also with lots of shortcuts and looping and amazing level design. Sites of Grace we saw already. The only thing that this one tells us is that Guidance of Grace points you to your next objective. So you'll notice here that kind of rainbow of yellow that's sticking off there is going to the first church. So the map here, use map on PlayStation by pressing the, I don't know what it's called, the display pad. So first step is where we ended up, and then we can put icons on the map, so you'll notice there's my icon over there in the distance, that blue marker. And then we can also put different kind of markers on the map. How do I do that? Yeah, there we go. Square will let you put, so I know there's a bad guy here. So I'm going to mark him so I don't forget him later. Our first NPC, alright. We'll let him talk.
Shall we? Come to the lands between for the
He's got like
Elden Ring.
3 sets of dialogue.
Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Yeah, everybody calls us maidenless at the beginning. It's pretty much an insult. He just told us kind of 3 things that are important. 2 things, I guess. 1, I don't have a maiden. 2, I need a maiden to level up. And 3, I need an invitation to the Round Table Hold. He kind of skipped through that pretty quickly, and it's not obvious yet. But it'll be a little more obvious
Luckily
later.
for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace.
Tree Sentinel, I don't know if you noticed it. He's sneaking over there.
Indeed.
He's gonna mess me up
Grace's
right now.
guidance holds the answers.
Come back
It
to him
will
later when I have a
lead you
horse and a
tarnished to the path you are
powered
meant
up
to
weapon.
follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
snide.
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly, to Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Drafted.
Yeah, so we fought Grafted Scion in our first scripted death, and
It's
then
time you set off, I should think.
Fire just called
To
Godric
Castle
the Grafted,
Stormvale
so you may
on the
be able to
cliff,
guess, if you haven't
where
seen him,
Grace would guide you.
what he might look like.
If you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
Yeah, if you get that maidenless insult
It's
in one
time
more
you set
time.
off, I should think.
There's
To Castle
Stormvale, castle up there on the
Stormvale
hill,
on the
that he
cliff,
pointed out. That's ultimately where we're
Grace
going.
would guide you.
It's going to take us
If you seek the
a
Elden
number of
Ring,
hours to get there while we do
maidenless
some
as you
prep.
are.
I think I touched this, yes. Another item for multiplayer. This is a summoning pool. It's right now not activated, so I have to touch it again to activate it. Basically what that means is if I turn this on and then put down a sign for someone to summon me, it will only summon me to a summoning pool which I have activated. Right? So if I wanted to help someone with that boss, I would activate that summoning pool. These goats or whatever they are, I was going to show you that they roll, which is pretty hilarious. If you've never seen it before. Oh, I don't know, we'll talk about it later. I went through the tutorial, so I have about 600 runes. If I did not go through the tutorial, there's right here a golden rune 2, which will give us, I think, like 300 runes, which is enough to buy what we need here at the crafting table or at the merchant. Okay, so here's fast travel to Sites of Grace. Just means here I can bring up my menu and I can go immediately to any of these graces that I have discovered. You can warp to any grace, but you can't warp from any grace. If it's in a dungeon or something like that, it doesn't let you warp away. If you're in combat, you can't open your map, so you can't warp. You have to open your map to fast travel. Strengthening armaments here, they're going to give us 1 smithing stone. I am not going to upgrade this club, which is garbage. I'm going to get the
tarnished.
Morning Star.
I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been
Suzavari had a bunch of, allegedly has a bunch of cut quest lines,
like yourself,
cut content,
keep things from drying up
which sound really interesting based on
very welcome customer.
Some of the data mining that people have done.
Know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own.
Do that.
Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit
I always
costs
buy the crafting kit and all the cookbooks, and I collect all the items, but there's very few things I actually craft.
Every customer counts.
One of these times I keep saying I'm going to do like a consumable run or item. So crafting kit for sure you want to buy here. I also buy that torch, which can help out a lot. These, I'll buy these. Let's do. The movies. Okay, alright, so item crafting from the main menu, which is that said. So item crafting is here. That second tutorial that I skipped over said in order to make some things like the fire pots, you need cracked pots, or I think ritual pots are the other one. If you buy a cracked pot, you can use it to make throwable item. Once you then use the throwable item, its utility goes away, but the pot doesn't. Right? So this one costs 1 mushroom and 1 smoldering butterfly to make, plus a cracked pot. If I made that and then threw it, I would obviously lose the butterfly and the mushroom, but the cracked pot would come back, so I could put another butterfly and another mushroom in it to make another fire pot. The only thing I make here are row raisins that helps to feed. You can restore horseback restore HP on horseback. I'm not going to bother with them now. Okay, so that's it for the first site of Grace. I'm just going to hot-foot it to the second site. They want you to follow this path here, which goes through there, fight a bunch of enemies. I'm just going to avoid them and take a little shortcut. Pick up some items along the way. Tree, flower, and then there's root resins over here. Root resins are really important for making grease for your weapon. If you're into that, again, I didn't ever really mess with grease too much, other than occasionally using some blood grease. but it is a pretty cool mechanic. Just enchants your weapon temporarily with fire or blood, or there's a bunch of different ones. Oh, okay, cool. Here's you'll notice this like glowing skull here. It's a golden rune. Some to get some more runes. You have to break it. If you try to hit it with your sword, a lot of times people kick it, and that's not going to break it. You got to try and hit it with your weapon. Boom. Otherwise, you can roll over it. That's actually easier to do. Okay, so here's our first site of grace. That whatever. This is the path we were supposed to follow. Boom, 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 and then we're supposed to go here through Stormgate, and then head up the hill here towards Storm Hill. But we're going to start picking up some of the things we need. First thing I'm going to pick up here is longsword, greatsword. I think it's greatsword. I can't use it yet. My stats are too low. But if I want to use it later, this is a pretty nice weapon. I'm like 1 point away from two-handing it at this point. So I could potentially... Ooh, that guy noticed me. He has a horn. I don't know if you saw it before I killed him. So if I don't get him, don't kill him quickly enough, he'll call all the other guys in the camp to mess me up. I could also stay here and grind, farm for a little while to try and pick up their armor set. It's a pretty decent armor set to start with. I think it gets you to 51 poise with all 4 helmet, gloves, chest, and piece, legs. If you have all 4 pieces, I think it'll get you 51 poise, which is your first big breakpoint for poise. It might get you just under 51, but I'm not gonna farm. If I was gonna farm, I'd start with the Mausoleum Knights and the Weaving Peninsula because their armor set's better, except for they have a hood or a head. So I like the Mausoleum set with helm we can pick up later in Caleb from a merchant. Alright, so I picked up the map fragment, and then I'm going to pick up here. This is the whetstone, and then a new Ash of War. So, to explain these, the whetstone knife lets you change weapon skills on your weapons, assuming it's not a unique weapon skill. Let's go back here, I'll show you the message. So right now I have Barbaric Roar on this club. I just picked up Storm Stomp, so if I want to put Storm Stomp on this club instead, I could. But I can't do it without picking up that wet knife. So this tells you that wet knife is there. The chamber lies in the ruins, what we just picked up. So as soon as we get to the next grace after a minute, I'll show you how to use weapon skills, or how to change weapon skills. So there's also another weapon, a mace, right over there, and that a chest on that carriage, but it's garbage. I don't have the dex to use it anyways. Alright. So here, second side of grace, 2 things I'm going to do here. First, we're going to rest. Sneaky cutscene.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
Melina waifu.
I offer you an accord.
Yeah, she takes out her hood, her eyes all messed up, and the first thing she says is, "Ah!"
Have you
Like
heard of the
she knows you're
Finger
staring at it.
Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance
Should have made my
and
hair
aid
blonde.
to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid,
Oh,
are
you too,
maidenless.
huh? Getting in on it.
I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me
Yeah, if
by
you
grace
refuse her
to turn
there,
runes into strength.
she just kind of pops up at every race you rest at for the rest of the game.
Another
It
matter.
reminds you that
I bequeath to you this
you
ring.
need a cord, and then you have to walk the whole time. She just gave us our horse, our mount, and you can't level up. So
Use it
I
to
think I've
traverse
seen
great
some
distances.
challenge runs where they try to play
It will summon a
maidenless.
spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
Will do. So yeah, now we can level up. This is new.
Strength.
We weren't able to
Let
before.
my hand rest upon you.
I'm not gonna level yet. I'm
For but
gonna
a
stay at.
moment, share them with me.
The wretch starts at level 1,
Your
all
thoughts,
10s. I'm gonna stay at level 1 for a
your
while, just
ambitions,
for shits
the
and giggles.
principles you would
I could
follow.
buy 1 level. My basic strategy here is to get my stats to the requirements to use the weapon. So if I'm going to use the Morning Star, I need 12 in strength. I can right now two-hand it with 10, so that's why I'm going to leave it there. A little later, there's a couple good spells that I can get by just going up to 12, so 2 points in intelligence. So that'll be that. I think a couple points in endurance. So maybe like 6, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. That'll put me at level 7. And then really everything else goes into vigor. We get vigor to 40 as quickly as possible. That's Elden Ring cheat code. Vigor 40. About the only way to stay alive. If you're going to play a magic class, you may, try like 20 or 30, but you're going to get one-shotted a lot with those stats. So 40 is kind of the first soft cap on vigor. If you want to really, really be a titan and not die, getting vigor up to 60. It makes a big difference. So anyways, we'll get our endurance up a little bit, get our intelligence up a little bit, get our strength up a little bit, and then pump endurance. Probably not until we get to Liurnia, but we will get faith probably up to 12, and then we'll see where we go on arcane. One, it helps with discovery, just to get some lucky drops, and then there's also a couple spells. I usually get Rot Breath as soon as I can, so I think that takes like 15 Faith and 13 Arcane or something like that. But we'll double check that a little bit later. That's a few hours in the future. The other thing I wanted to point out here, other than Millennia and leveling, so now we have the Ashes of War. This is the whetstone that we picked up, whetstone knife. It allows us to do this to change weapons. If I use L1, R1, I can look at any of the other weapons I have, so I can change. These are 2 weapons I have right now that I can change the Ash of War on. You'll notice on the right there, the Ash of War on this one is Stamp Upward Cut, and then this one, obviously, Barbaric Roar. I didn't know you could do torches. So the club here, I'm going to put Storm Stomp on it just so you can see, and then you can set affinity. Each Ash of War has its own affinity, so this one is naturally a quality affinity. Later, you can pick up more whetstone knives that allow you to put more affinities on. So a quality affinity is going to scale based on your strength and your dexterity. As you can see here, they're both C. A standard is going to scale on whatever club or whatever the weapon naturally uses. So in this case, club has strength. The nice thing about strength scaling at this point is when I'm one-handing my weapon, oops, that was about torrent and quick pouches, which I'll tell you about this. When I'm one-handing my weapon, my strength is 10, but when I two-hand my weapon, it increases my strength by 50%, so it goes into 50. So I automatically get a little more damage on my weapon because I'm two-handing it, and it's a strength scaling weapon. Okay, so the other thing they said was how to summon torrent, and then how to use quick pouches, right? So your quick pouches are over here on the side, and then to summon torrent, I want to equip the spectral speed whistle on one of these quick pouches. I almost always use down. And then you'll notice again, the bottom right corner tells us your options here. So triangle is to switch your whatever item is in your pouch. So I'm going to put the spectral speed whistle on that. And then holding triangle brings up your pouches. And then down uses that, right? You'll also notice something interesting is happening right now. You'll notice on the top left, I have the golden pickled foul foot icon with the little up arrow. That means I'm earning more runes than normal right now. It's basically a weather condition. The Erd tree is like shedding its leaves or whatever, and it increases the number of runes you get per kill. Oh, I was gonna say this guy like kills me a lot. He's not super easy. But get him. He does drop a cool sword and spear. Yeah, so this is new to Elden Ring 2. If I have used any of my flasks after I kill a group of enemies, it will restore at least some of my flasks, sometimes all of my flasks, depending on what level enemies there are, how many of them there are, things like that. So if I had used a flask, I would have gotten one back right now by killing that guy. Sweet raisins. That's kind of a rare drop. Oh yeah, Bach. We'll do that since I'm here. Yeah, so this is another one that's interesting from the vanilla. So it used to be, if you were following the road, which usually is a good idea, you'd go along here, and then there's a hidden NPC right here. But his voice didn't reach the road, so he was very easy to miss. So they extended his voice, so now he yells at you on the road. They put this has been here since vanilla, but the telescope which you can use to view the world. It's really, I like how it goes up in the air like that, so you get a bird's eye view. It's really cool. But anyways, they put this telescope here to hopefully get you to notice this NPC, but it wasn't working, so they changed a couple things. One thing, they added this purple shiny here in the arterial leaf, which is actually garbage. We'll pick it up. And then that is supposed to get you closer to the NPC, and then from there you're supposed to use the sound clues. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? He's hiding right here. Boom!
What'd you go and do?
Yeah, so this is Bach. I don't know.
Oh, yes. I remember.
I don't know how you're supposed to find this guy without knowing he's here. I've seen a couple people on YouTube playthroughs who did find him, naturally, but
told not to come back, not ever.
Poor guy.
Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, he's a demi-human.
When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned, and so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
Let's see how we're doing. I need it to be nighttime for the next part.
Right.
So I don't want to wait too long. Yeah, so the only clue he gives you to the next part of his quest is that god-awful cave on the shore. We don't know which cave, where, which shore, so we'll have to figure that out. I don't know. Okay, how we doing? Oh, it's almost morning, so I'm going to go real quick here. Yeah, this is another huge missable. Like,
This
no
way,
one knows this
tarnished.
here, but this is
May
what
I
you should
have a
always do
word?
after you get your horse. Show up here at night and talk to this NPC.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished
See the
hurtling
liar.
about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter,
Let's see.
the talk
She's
I
She's
surmise
got
is of thee.
4
Thou art
hands,
possessed of
two
the
sets of
power, no,
arms. She got
to
a
call
nice
forth
one
a
in her lap
spectral
and
steed named
one
Torrent.
folded.
As
And
I had
then
hoped,
she's got a cool
I
face.
was
You can't really
entrusted
see it
this
very
for
good,
thee
but
by Torrent's former master.
okay. So now we can do
'Tis
summons.
a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it.
So
From
many people
ash and
that were
return to the urge.
blind playing the
The
game
spirits will
knew,
obey thine command, but
got some
briefly,
ashes but didn't get the
as
bell,
they recall battles
and they were just
past.
like so
Now 'tis
confused on how to
thine,
use them.
to do with as thou wishest.
Even it kind of explains here, but again, like I said, so many people skip these messages, and even if you do read them, they're pretty cryptic. But yeah, so we got this spirit calling bell. We can summon the ashes now. Oh, the other thing I'll point out, which is kind of cool, is
Forgive mine
she
intrusion,
put him to
Tarnished.
sleep. He's
I doubt
out.
we
If you went and
shall
talked to
again
him, he would
meet.
be like make a snore noise
But
or
all the
whatever.
same, learn
So
well
as long
the
as that
lands
fog
between.
is floating around,
How long will it be,
he's
I
gassed.
wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the two
You'll see him
fingers?
wake up though. Yeah, see, he's raised his head.
Wait,
There we go. More dialogue
weren't
for us
you...
too.
Well, you're back. Care to buy something? There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of God.
I know it won't happen, but I
which is
wish
why we cannot settle,
it did.
but instead are
That
forced
with the
into this
DLC, they
pitiful, unceasing journey.
put some patches in
Thanks to
the
that,
main
things look so
game.
different for us
Add,
now,
some of the
though the
cut
Elden Ring is
content.
shattered. I
This
think
guy's
this
content
makes us
seemed like really
kindred
cool.
spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We
Some
have
of
a
the data
saying,
mining said
we
that
wanderers, lament not your solitude.
this guy used to move,
Expect no sympathy, no regard.
so he'd be at different sides of grace as you move
But
through the
if
game.
anyone dares harm us,
And then if you
show
hurt
them no mercy.
any of the other
That is
merchants,
our
then
code,
they'd all
so
be
to
hostile,
speak.
or
Just the way
some of
we
them would
are,
be.
deeply unforgiving.
I think there's nothing else I need. I could buy arrows here, but I don't think I'm going to use them. Usually it's cheaper to buy arrows anyways. But crackpot. I'm just going to hang on.
Goodbye for now.
Actually, I could buy
What is it?
this armor set too. So 3,500, 4,500.
Goodbye for...
But we talked to Bach. Let's go. I'm gonna go grab the mace. Right. Oh, we had it. Corpses. Right there. I think there's some down here. We'll look at them. So the screaming noises, I couldn't figure out who they were, bats or what, but it's actually these guys that are crucified. They're still alive and they're screaming. They only scream at night though. So. Yeah, just going to another grace. Pick up some loot along the way. Get up there! Comedy bears. There we go. Exactly. Alright, so there's my side grace. see here. He's got some cool dialogue for us. Talk to him.
You must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of a Gil Lake, fledgling. Dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad, or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake. Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late.
Yeah, so we can go fight the dragon now. We're not going to. I'm not going to. If you go aggro the dragon, and come back and talk to him, don't defeat him, you just die or run away. He will change his dialogue. He say something kind of like chastising you for trying to fight the dragon, and then once you kill the dragon, he changes his dialogue again. I'm going to die here. I survive. Yeah, let's, you know what, there's a bunch of stuff I need here. Yeah, before I get the mace, let's do... Alright. Three rooms. A bunch of these. I don't know, little graveyards or whatever they are around. Basically. So. And then this is a 100% guaranteed drop, except I missed. Again. Yeah, okay, so I have picked up a glintstone staff, telling me how to use sorcery, which I don't have any spells right now. I'm going to come back here once I have a little more gear and a better weapon. This is where you get some more spells. Oh, I forgot to look at those notes. Let's do that. Oh, obviously, here's a little caravan. A good place to grind for some early runes. And then you can grab a great axe, I believe, is in the chest there. Which you gotta stop from moving first. Alright, so I got the staff for spells. I'm gonna go get this scroll that's up here. Up there on the right, we'll come back there later. Spirit Spring, jump, jumping in these, give you a lot of boost. Starlight Shard up here, I need 2 of them for later. 1. And then up here is a scroll with new spells. Again, I need to get later. But from here, pick it up now. Alright, I'm gonna go back down. There's a great EP sword down there. And a chest as well, but I'm not gonna bother with it. Alright, let's see if I can make it across. Without getting sniped. Alright, I think I've picked up 2 stone sword keys so far. There's a ton here in the Weeping Peninsula that we can pick up. I'm gonna go ahead and run through and pick a lot of it up. We'll talk to Irina here, NPC.
Might I bend your ear for a moment, please?
Yeah, so this is an interesting NPC.
I've escaped from Castle Morn to the
I don't know what's up with
the servants there
all of the
have rebelled.
chicks being blind or
I can't be sure what it is.
But a lot of blind
My
people.
eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander.
We're gonna come back for Castle Morn,
I fear for father's
where her
life.
father is a little bit
The
later.
servants are full of wrath, filled
Need a
with
couple
hatred for every one of us.
skills, utilities before I attempt that.
They
Some,
haven't
having some
spared a
magic is
soul.
nice.
I fear it's no
I
different
mean,
at Castle
Golden
Morn.
Vow is nice.
Please, I implore you, would you mind taking a letter
We'll
to my
get there.
father at the castle? My soul wishes that he escape, even if his honor should be the price. Please. I just want him to be safe.
Kind of interested here. So she said
Then
servants
please,
have rebelled
take this.
because they're wrath.
Deliver it to my
And
father,
that they're all
who remains
demi-humans.
in the castle, if you
Which seems a little strange that they had demi-human servants. I guess it's no stranger than anything else in this game, but... Alright, and here we go. Morning Star. Put that on in just a second. Asher Warrior for bow. And pick it up just here. How are we doing on time? Yes, it's still nighttime. Because the night cavalry is there. Go down here. So I remember he's there. This guy has probably the starting armor set that I'm gonna buy. Uh-oh. What the fuck killed me there? He must have charged me and then disappeared. That was fucking weird. But yeah, okay, I guess that was my first death. Okay, one thing I wanted here, Great Throat Shell. It's a nice shield. Okay, shield here. There. My character's left. Oh. Okay, quick explanation for why I did that. Okay, so when you're on your horse, whatever status your weapon is, when you get on your horse is how it stays. So, I don't know if that makes any sense here. Let's... Three wise beasts here. There's the first two are easy. That second one's kind of hidden. Third one's really hidden, though. Yeah. I think he starts off in the sky and then he falls. And the only reason you can tell is the splash in the water where he is. Okay, let's change this back and then... Okay, so you'll notice I can't use either of my weapons unless they're two-handed. I can use them, but their damage is going to be nerfed because I don't meet the requirement stats. If I got on my horse like this, I would still be one-handing my weapon, and it would still be doing the reduced damage. Let's finish explaining that. Yeah, okay, so I get on my horse now. You'll notice my Morningstar's still X'd out. But if I put it in two hands, now I can use both the shield and mace. When I get on my horse, it's still two-handed, right? So I can still use it. But now on my horse, if I change something, You notice now it automatically switched me back to one-handing, and I can't use my mace. Right, so my little solution for that until I get some more levels is to switch hands. Right, so now I'm not two-handing, so I'm not meeting the requirements. Get on my horse. My shield is in my right hand, and I can't use it, but I want to switch to my left hand. By switching to my left hand, it automatically two-hands, right? So if I need to change again, I can two-hand on my horse, right? So that's why I call it left-handed at the beginning, at least. Nothing changes once you two-handed. The controls aren't reversed or something, anything. So you're not literally. Oh fuck! Sorry, I was distracted. I have no fucking vigor. I need to level up my vigor ASAP. Two deaths in Sleeping Peninsula. Great. Okay, so get my runes back. Oh, you'll notice on the compass on the top of the screen, runes are marked on there. Helps you find them. Super nice quality of life improvement from previous games. They're the best ashes for the early game, in my opinion, are over there to the right. The demi-human ashes. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them when you summon them, and they all have like different attack patterns. There's like one with a big club, and a couple guys with like scimitars, and then whatever. You get those guys buffed up to like level 4, and they'll pretty much tear through everything, keep all the aggro. And they're great for their early game. But I won't be able to beat the boss right now because it's like a mob, a bunch of imps, and I think Third Tree Watchdog. But as soon as I get beefy enough to survive that fight, I'm going to grab those ashes. Oops. Yeah, no, I got those. That's so cute. Alright. So far, so good. We're getting close to picking up some more graces. There's a good staff for magic down there, the demi-human queen staff. I'm gonna come back for it later when I can win that fight. I probably win now with the wolf ashes and be careful, but she might one-shot me super easy. Like, let's see if I get the drop I want. Nope. Yeah, the Guardian Sword Spear is one of the best dex scaling weapons in the game, which is pretty crazy. Alright, I'm done. I'm gonna die again from Leaping Peninsula. A little quick detour to pick up a Holy Shrouding Crack here. And then we're gonna go back to get some more graces. Oh, we need we need the lantern. I have just about enough for it. What else? A couple tears. Some beads. Little bastards. Now we get some dialogue from Martha here, or Melina, which I'm gonna let play for you, and then run to the bathroom real quick while she's yapping.
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you.
In Marika's own words, then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed, return to the lands between, wage war, and brandish the Elden Ring, grow strong in the face of death. Warriors of my lord, Lord Godfrey.
All right, let's see. Let's see, where are we? We're at an hour and 15 minutes, roughly. Let's see, it's 1:30 now. I have to go in about an hour. Let's see if I can get another 90 minutes in. Yeah, we're happy hour drinks today. Probably like 3:30 or so. So I'll cut off this part then. So it's time to go, and then probably when I get home this evening, put up another part 2. Alright. That's a pretty nice no-skill shield. Only need 10 strength to use it, so I can use it. Except I'm two-handing my weapon right now, so I can't use a shield. The great turtle shield that I have on my back is on my back because it gives stamina regeneration. Okay. I'm going to kill a couple of these guys just to see if I get a lucky drop. Drop there. Drop there. Okay, double drop. That shield, that's good. Sword, not what I wanted, but yeah, you can buy the knight set at the Round Table Hold, which meets the poise requirements. Basically 51 poise. Oh, kick. Oh, shit, I forgot about kick. Yeah, no drops. Okay. Not gonna stream farming. So not worth it. Okay, got that one. There's no dialogue from now on. I'm gonna go get the lantern.
Well, it's been an age, how can I?
Lantern. Go
Cover
there.
safe,
Push that right. There's some rooms over here. There's also the tower return up there, but I'm not gonna mess with it yet. I like to kind of do a region lock thing where I don't try not to like break the linear path of the game. So I don't want to. That'll warp you to the capital, which I don't want to do yet. There's nothing you can do there. It's just like a little locked off area. But even setting foot in the capital map, I think has an effect on a couple of the quest lines. I may be wrong about that. And I know the one that's affected is Rodriga, spirit tuner check, but I already did her quest, so we should be good. You know, there's the roll. Whatever works for you, buddy. He's going. Okay, so got that, I think that's good. Oh no, we'll do one more thing in Weeping. Oh, three more things actually. Let's get the uh, whatever it's a sacred tier. What I can't remember what the hell they're called. They're in my flask. Rats. All right. Yeah, one of the cooler effects in this game is the madness status. It's just a little unfortunate that it only works. It works mostly on human NPCs or other players, and it doesn't work on a lot of the PvE mobs. It'd be cool if it worked. If it inflicted madness on more things. But there are a couple really cool madness spells. And then just plot-wise, that's one of the cooler endings. Maybe the bad one, quote unquote bad, but yeah, that's what I want. Sacred Tear. Yep. And then so here's one of those madness spells. Playing with friends, it's the first one you can get. Super early in the game, and interesting. That spell will carry you for a while. If that's the kind of build you're going for. It causes good stagger, plus madness build up on certain types of enemies, and then just fire damage on everybody. It's mostly a fire spell. But yeah, it also causes madness on yourself when you cast it. You know what? Go the wrong way. So you have to be careful with it. One of your defensive stats is called focus. The higher your focus is, the more you resist madness. So if you can find some gear with real high, ooh, take some damage. Find gear with real high focus, then that can help counter attack. There's another golden seed. Second thing we want to get, and then the third thing is the map fragment. here. There's also a poison spell around the way there, but I need some kind of ranged attack to get it. But okay, got a map. Got stone sword's keys. Got sacred tears. Got the memory stone. Oh, nice. Yes. And then let's do. Oh, yeah. Couple of those. Nice. Okay, so I am at level 3. Okay, so what else? Nothing there. Let me come back here later. We could do that. It'd be easy. Oh, we could do rock. That'd be easy. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll do some more fast travel unlocks. Alright, cool. We're gonna just run past everything here at Stormgate. Get some good loot. And try not to die. Alright, let's rock and roll. Alright, so there's a bunch of stuff up here that we can pick up. I'm just gonna grab the easy stuff. Let's get these guys. There's an Arrows Reach talisman over there, and Everjail over there. I'm not gonna mess with. That Golem will stand up and try to kill you if you get too close to him. There's a gesture up here. Grab that right here. Legged, and then there's also a oh yeah, the second Starlight Shard that we put up here. We are money on those now for most of the game. And then Smithing Stone and a Summon up here. I think it's just one Smithing Stone one. It's not going to fit. Jellyfish, cool guys. If they're white, they're harmless. If they're red, they're pissed off and aggressive. So stay away from the red ones. They spit poison at you, which would be pretty BS. So far, so good. Oh, you sky wolves. What? Melina.
This tiny golden aura is the grace.
Forgot about all her dialogue.
This light
She has like 3
once
lines.
shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Also, I hear you can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden. Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring.
She's got at least, I know she's got at least one more line of dialogue, so I think I'll need to stop at another race. I don't think she'll do that same race again. Another NPC here.
Been grafted. Everyone who came with me.
She's interestingly protected. If you try to attack her, she's got like a little boundary force field on, so you can't
only to
kill
have their
her.
arms taken, their legs taken, even their heads taken.
Yeah, this dialogue is funny.
Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite a lark when you think about it. You're all on your own.
I think I said this earlier, but maybe not.
Castle.
Can't hurt to
Enticed by the
repeat.
one in the white mask, I suppose.
A key tip for all
You've come to
Soulsborne
be
games is always exhaust the NPC's dialogue. Keep talking to them until they start repeating themselves.
It's scary, you
I
know,
always
having
do
your
that. I
arms
don't know if
cut
they,
off,
like,
or legs.
developer in his head was thinking,
I want to be
you'd
like
show up here, you'd talk to her
everyone else,
once,
but
you'd go
I'm
do
just
some
too
other stuff,
scared.
you'd come back,
I'm
you'd talk to her
nothing but a
again,
craven.
go do some more stuff, come back, talk to her a third time, instead of just kind of like ripping through all the
Can you
dialogue
take
here. But
this little one along with
so
you?
it all follows, so maybe they do expect you to just keep talking to her. So yeah, jellyfish ashes, pretty money.
And the spirits look
Worth,
rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company,
leveling up
I think,
for
the little un.
definitely good against some bosses. Any boss that squeeze in,
Can you pass on a message
good
to
at
me?
drawing aggro.
If you see
Pretty
the little
tanky
chrysalids
too.
in
They're nice
Stormdale
toughness
Castle,
there.
tell them I love them, and that
Good food.
despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna get another Ash of War that I really like on this weapon. Since we're up here, I'll go get the next site of grace. This is Wild Strikes. Definitely will use that. When your poise and defense are higher, that Ash of War just mows. Take everybody out. It causes them a little flinch, it builds up bleed because of the bleed on the weapon. Or you throw like, oh yeah, here's the other dialogue.
Me? I'm
I think
searching
that's the last dialogue.
for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost.
I should put that like Ash of War. This will be good. Earlier, I changed my Ash of War to Storm Stomp, and that was a quality scaling Ash of War. This Wild Strikes is a heavy scaling. It's actually going to help me out quite a bit because I'm two-handing, so I get a lot more damage. Oops, I did the wrong. I'm not going to fight right now, but this is kind of our first major boss fight. This is an NPC summon, which I will probably use for a little distraction once I fight him. NPC summons increase the health pool for the boss, make it a little harder, but in my opinion, they're totally worth it. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I want the strength, not tier, not whatever it's called. I also want to buy a Ash of War, so I think I need the runes. I'm not going to fight like that. Strength not crystal tier. Alright. Yeah, still just working the setup route. Getting everything good. Useful. You can also kill this guy for a pretty nice
Let me ask you, are
armor,
you here in the
or
lands
sword at
between?
least.
Does
I'm
your
not sure if it is
faith
armor.
despite the
Sure.
Yes, you're a
Let that
tarnished
one
through
play.
and through. Takes me back. But that's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper tarnished, like you. There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword, and the arts of combat. It grants meaning even to falling in battle, to death itself.
Yeah, the only one I'm going to buy here is for shields. I'll come back later. So all these are really good, depending on your play style. Warcry's fun. Impaling Thrust is good. Stormblade is super cheap. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but gives you nice range.
Well,
We'll come back to this guy from time to time. We'll go get these smithing stones. That was coming. Alright, back to the setup route. I'm going to go north next. Just a little bit so I can go east again. Alright. This is where I want to be. There's 3 more things I want to pick up from here. Mess up with Knight on the horse. Pretty dangerous. Oh, what the fuck? That, and then there's a somber up here, somber 1. I don't really need it. And then the lance, which I have heard is a great weapon. I've never used it. It is the lance. Shield here. This one's got parry on it. But not a bad choice. Knight. Awesome piece. Dogs. All right. Another couple things around here. There's another talisman. I'm gonna skip Death Touch Catacombs. I'll come back later. I'm gonna help Alex here. I'm not gonna kill him. I'm always tempted to kill him, but probably in the second playthrough.
Give it your all, I say.
I skipped all his dialogue, but he wants help, so.
I'll pop clean.
Alrighty, he's out.
Well played.
Oh, you little bastard. Get some.
Oh, that mighty wallop of yours. Well, I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
I think that's all his dialogue.
I'm heading eastward to Redmane Castle. I've heard that.
Yeah. Alright. Back down here. So as soon as I rest, Alex is going to move again. If you want to kill him, you should kill him there. Even though you can kill him, the next move is not too bad. But if you don't kill him in the first two moves, then he moves around a lot more. Gets really cool. Rest here. Take a quick peek at the map. So Limgrave, we have mostly covered. We're going to come back down this river here in a minute, and then we'll head over here and uncover some of this map. Oh yeah, let me read those notes. Let me get up here to the vendor. Yeah, he's playing this instrument, and it's pretty cool because they animated movements on it.
Oh, dear. Are you here as a customer?
This is worth buying for later for poison. Ooh. Alright, so that one reminds me. We want to do here. So these, I bought Flask and Waypoint Ruins at the first merchant, and then I just bought Flame Chariots here. But let's. Oops. So this one says, a note sold by a nomadic merchant imparting knowledge and brief. A flask of wondrous physique still remains in the Third Church of America north of the Mistwood. Cross the highway bridge and follow the animal trail north. We're going to come at it from a different direction, but we're on our way there. Waypoint Ruins, this one says, someone lurks among the Waypoint Ruins on the roads through Limgrave. We passed that. We're going to go back to it later. And then this one we just bought. Beware the fire monk's chariot bearing the face of giants. A well-aimed blow to the chimney on top may prove effective, but opportunities for a plunging attack would be rare indeed. I'm not sure why that guy has that note, because there aren't any flaming chariots in Limgrave at all. So, not very helpful.
There's no mistake, is there? Death has left its mark once again.
So, check out this guy's armor.
Tarnished, are you?
It's pretty wild. So, first, it's half silver and half gold. That's kind of interesting. He's
Heed
got
my warning.
a second head, right, that he's holding with his hand there.
And worse yet,
super weird. And then if you look at the feet,
value your life,
like especially the left foot, there's like one set of silver toes and one set of golden toes. So he's definitely got a weird thing going on here, but I like it.
The village here has been touched by death.
Yeah, turn back. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight. So he's warning us about an upcoming boss. I'm not gonna fight yet. I will fight very soon though. Not very challenging. I could beat them now, I think. Yeah, there it is. The Tibia Mariner. Done. Alright. There's so many things here that I need to get. Let's get a talisman first. So it's just like one of the classic talismans. I'll use an app to pick it up. I got plenty of stone sword keys. You'll notice here, so stone sword keys, I only needed one. You'll see that they both imps have a key in their forehead now. That's how you can tell if it needs one or two keys. Oops, I never equipped my lantern. Let's skip that important. Yes, much better. Yeah, the traditional Dark Souls-esque meme is the mimic. There's no mimics in this game, but there are some trapped chests, which can be quite surprising in your first playthrough. One especially is devs being absolute devils. I won't spoil it now. We'll talk about it when it's a little closer. Oh, I almost bit it. Ooh, almost bit it again. Okay. Survived. Yeah, so another graveyard. We're going to go talk to another NPC. Start another quest chain. And then we're going to go get Grace. This is a cookbook that crafts the sleep pots. Pretty cool mechanic that's used to exploit a couple bosses, which, you know, the game gets pretty ridiculously cheap at times against you, so I don't really mind returning some of the favor in terms of like cheaping out. Let's talk to the school.
You've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind.
It's another NPC you can kill. He drops a golden seed.
No, the help is very much
but yeah, obviously if you kill him, it
even from
cancels out his quest. Which at the very end of his quest you can get a smithing stone, ancient dragon smithing stone maybe.
Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave.
He's got a ton of dialogue here.
I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool, and plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse.
I think it's the next set of dialogue is one of my favorite in the game. This cracks me up. Yeah, this next one. Check it out.
Yes. Now, allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished hunts were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting.
Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Radahn in that castle. Then he insulted Melania, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man. Has he no shame? The big girl's blouse? And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage. Though you almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it.
Yeah, that he calls Godric a big girl's blouse in a certain tone that just cracks me up. I'm not sure what that insult
What are you
is.
waiting for? A kiss
Okay,
goodbye?
that's his dialogue.
My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back
Big
for me.
girl's blouse. All right, so grabbing that Grace, and then we'll come back here later. Right now, we're off the map. It's way off the map, but we're going back up here. Go around one more time. All right, made it. Graveyard. Ruins. It's kind of cool. Little touch you don't always notice, but the size of the icon there kind of hints what it's like. That's probably Golden 2, maybe 1, but 1. And then that looks like a 1. That looks like a 1. Oh, that was a 5. It should look bigger. All right. So here we're gonna go down, down again. Yes, this is what I wanted. Good early game, catch more. I think I'm gonna go more int in the early game, but I do want to get my faith up eventually. I'm okay with using the faith shrouding cracked crystal tier. They give you 10 points of faith, and then you can also use Godfrey. No, who's the first? Whatever the first great rune you get. Oh yeah, dialogue.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
Okay, and then so we just picked up here Wondrous Physique added to your menu. All right, I'm going to go with Strength and Faith for now. That's all I have. We'll pick up a couple more of those later. All right, let's see. Let's do... I still need armor. Maybe I'll go buy the chain set. Oh, I don't have anywhere near enough money. I'll have to do some quick grinding for that. Yeah, this is actually not a bad place for grinding. You can try and get the was it Caden set there? I just don't feel like grinding, so let's do. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna go get some armor first, then we'll come back. Ooh, side trip first. All right, let's go fight these giants to get some cash. Each giant here is worth 1,000 runes, so I think that'll get me the full chain set or whatever it's called, chain mail set. Right, 2 grand. Yeah, I noticed while I was watching other streamers, people had a real hard time with that the giant has 3 lock-on points. You can lock onto one leg, you can lock onto the other leg, or you can lock onto the first leg. So, depending on what you're... Yeah. Blasted him in the head. Bats. This is why I need some range options. This guy. I hit him in the head, so he should be a little more. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, he put his hand out. Oh, you're supposed to kill those fucking bats. Oh, I'm dead. Woo! Kill the bats! Thank you. All right.
Wait, well, you're... Goodbye.
All right. Let's see if I can stay medium low. Yeah. Good. What else would oh, I'm gonna do? This might be my next death, but let's try it. Get my first NPC invader. Got blood weapon. Which is why I had to get the armor, because when I was naked, it would let the heck out of me. Oh, you'll notice so the icons on the top under my health bar, I've got stamina up from the shield. I got the Erdtree extra runes, golden pickled foulfoot, and then that last one says I can't open my map or ride my horse because I'm being invaded. All right. Got your blood.
There he is. The bloody finger. The end is in light.
Got it. Not without a little difficulty, but all right, so you'll see I lost my golden pickle. The might stopped, and then since I killed the invader, that other icon went. Oh, hello.
Ah, we meet again. To have fought Nereus and lived. You must have seen your share of battle. I am Yura, as you might recall. Hunter of bloody fingers. Tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots, who stalk their own.
Cessblood.
You stay
I
the
never
path.
mentioned, never really noticed that. I don't know what that is.
You're certain to face more of them. Just remember. No kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it. Don't let your emotions stay your blade. Be on your way. Perhaps we will.
Okay, we will. How are we doing on time? 2:15. We do this next part, and then we'll reassess. All right, let's see. What do we got? Let me take this fool out. It's a weird boss stage. a familiar voice. Hatches.
The gods demand repentance.
One day.
Wait, please. I surrender. White flag and all. Finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a lady of reason, through and through. Well, what do you know? Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such.
Yeah, I'm gonna exhaust all his dialogue, and then there's a couple other things to do here. This part gets a little irritating, but
From now on. A true lady of reason. Just what I like about you.
yeah, you can try and kill him. You can kill him,
Untethered.
but he's got some quests later in the game, so
Nomadic, you might say.
we're not gonna kill him right.
For now, those retired soldiers turned bandits. They're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying. Frankly, I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop. So don't be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time. Don't forget to, I'll be
So yeah, we could reload or exit and enter. Yeah, he won't open up a shop until you reload the stage. Boom. Alrighty.
Well, nice if you're a bit and welcome. You won't need a... Yeah, I had those bandits make a clean break. Now they're all suppliers. And good ones at that. I mean, they don't understand a word I'm saying. But it hardly matters. We have a natural connection. They're all foot soldiers. Survivors of a defeated army. Worked to the bone by their high and mighty lord. Only to be thrown out with the rubbish. It's the same old story everywhere I go. To hell with it all.
That chest.
Wondering what's inside the treasure chest. Well, it's nothing too special. Just something I'm saving as thanks for a very valuable customer. But then again, it would fetch some spectacular coin. And besides, this valuable customer could be a long time coming. Huh? Everything is give and take. Give and take.
Alright,
Cheers for that.
I'm gonna try this. Let's see. Let me get rid of these guys. Let's do... Okay.
Forgot something. No. Cheers for that. What's wrong with hard of hearing, are we? Fine. Have it your way. You'll get what's coming. Don't go thinking I'm a soft touch. Last chance to surrender, mate. Grovel, and I'll forgive you.
can see your meaning. Consider it water under the bridge. A momentary lapse of judgment. All's well, as you know. So,
Alright, let's go!
cheers for that.
Alright, one more time, and then we are almost done with this prick.
Hello again. Welcome to Pat. By the way, friend, you've really been there for me through thick and thin. And so, I've made up my mind. I bequeath that chest to you. An extra special thanks for an extra special customer. What's wrong? I've made up my mind. The treasure chest is yours, in word and deed. Sure, it may be worth its weight in gold, but Apache's promise, well, that's priceless. Cheers for that.
He's a liar, worth its weight in gold. So, yeah, I guess it's empty, which would be nothing.
My sincerest gratitude. I thought I'd never wrench that thing open. You're the finest customer a man ever had.
Yikes. Booby-trapped chests. That one's pretty mild. It's not the worst one in the game. But it is pretty evil that you end up by the bear. Sucks. Nice though. They give you a map fragment. I really don't know what causes them to aggro there. Sometimes you ride by them, doesn't even notice. Okay, so we got a couple more things for our Flask of Wondrous Physique. Alright, another talisman here, which I think I'm going to switch over and use. Oh, you'll notice, so the icons again, first one is my stamina enhancing from the shield. The second one is after getting caught in a trap, transporter trap, you can't fast travel until you rest at your next location. So I should be able to fast travel now, but I can't because I have been trapped. So I gotta find a Grace. But I know it's still part of the prep route, so I know exactly where Grace is. I know exactly where we're going. There's the shopkeeper here. He sells a good shield.
Welcome, valued customer. Please, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I've been
This one, the blue gold plate shield, one of the best medium shields other than the brass shield. I think that blue gold shield takes 12 strength to wield, while the brass shield takes 16, I believe. And then the blue gold shield's lighter than the brass shield, but heavier than other medium shields. I can't two-hand, or I can't not two-hand my weapon yet. Okay, so I can fast travel now. I broke the trap. This is Fort Height, which is where we're going to go for Kenneth's quest. But I'm not going to do it right now. I could win easily right now, I think. but I may save that for next stream. We gotta do Castle Morn and Fort Height before we move on to Lunar. So those will be, they're on the checklist. Let's see, do I have enough seeds or do I need one more? I have enough. 5 and 2, that's fine. Alright, and then one last interaction with patches for now. I'm gonna call him out. I'm trying to screw us. Might kill the rest of the bandits here. Definitely need to upgrade my weapon too. Oh shit! Double gauntlet drop. Okay, one more time talking to patches. We don't have to mess with his butt for a while. My guy.
Oh, how in blazes? You're alive. Well, you had me proper scared, puffing away in a flash like that. Who on earth spends their time booby-trapping treasure chests? No way I could have known. But still, I apologise. It's all very unfortunate. At any rate, it's nice just to see you safe. Don't miss all the bargains here at Patch's Emporium. Cheers for that.
So I got the calm down emote. There we go. Alright, that's the only time I will use motion controls in the whole game. So yeah, alright. Let's see, what next? I'm gonna change my mind on the armor. Do a little more. I'm gonna do one more round of giant slaying, and then I'm gonna try the leather armor or the scale armor instead of chain armor. I think that'll give me a little more protection, assuming I can wear it. I can mix and match for now. I definitely need more regular. Down. I think I'm gonna need all that block. Oh, missed. There we go. Right away. Three down. Got him in the brain down. All right, last guy. Right, that should be enough.
Trade again.
Not under. Let's see. Ooh, it's the same weight. All right, that is perfect. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Now we are looking good. Okay. Now, what do I want to do? Oh, yeah, let's go here.
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back. Care to buy something? The howl of a wolf. In the Mistwood. I suppose he must still be skulking about. I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source. Oh, don't fret. There is nothing to fear. I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off. Goodbye.
Okay, that is that. Let's do this. Ooh. So Ash of War. Up. There's a scarab, invisible scarab right there leaving a trail. Yeah, so basically if you can time it right, I'm not gonna mess with it now, back to it later. It's one of the stamps, stamp upward sweeper. I think it's strength scaling. Jump right over there. Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
What do you need? I don't want any...
This is a good one to buy. For the neutralizing boluses. Oh, looks like more. More notes. Oh, that one's 400. Ah.
Done? Well,
And squirts. That's cool. Yeah, cool. Alright. There's a gold pickled fowl down here. You can also take those Spirit Spring jumps back up to the starting area. When you first came out of it. Whatever. Stranded graveyard. Ooh, undeads. I'll be out. So bad. Alright. Coastal Cave. So this is where Bach told us to go earlier, even though he was pretty cryptic about it. I'm gonna do Cliff Edge War for now. I don't want to say crit. Alright. Okay. Got that bleed prop. Alright. It's time to rock and roll, kids. Alright, let's go, boys. Now let's rock and roll. Still don't have it. Lead proc. On down, let's go. Was loose. Got bleed proc, boom. Gotcha! See if we left any alive. They cower. Nah. If you leave any of the demi-human, I don't know, the minor demi-humans alive before you kill the chiefs, they give up. Just cower and they stop fighting back. I don't have an upgraded weapon yet. It's lacking. Alright, there's some secret here. This is Dragon Communion Church. Pretty cool here. If you have any Dragon Hearts, you can buy Dragon Communion spells. And then one other little secret here. What's up here? Yeah. Far to the east. So a little bit of loot around here that I'm gonna pick up. This is Somber 1 again. Four-toed foul foot was what I was looking for there. Okay, and we just picked up box tailoring kit. I skipped past it pretty quick. Dropped loot after that fight. Oh yeah, and then what else did I notice? This I like to put here. Oh, and also yeah.
Oh, wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle. What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. I always...
Alright. Let's see. What else? We're cleaning up Limgrave pretty good. We still have Fort. Oh, I'm here. I think I'll do it. Let me get first.
was there? Carly sent you, did he?
God, he's fucking huge.
Never the bloody busybody.
He's gotta be like 10 feet tall.
Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward. Darrowell and in need of...
Alrighty. Let's do. Alright. Let's rock and roll.
Darrowell. Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
Whoa. Thanks, buddy. Back, back! Come on, boyo. Where's my help? Where's my help? Man, I need vigor.
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize. Oh yes. If you venture north to Rea Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon.
How are we doing on time here? We are at 2 hours and 40 minutes for the stream. It's 2:50. I think I am going to log out in 10 minutes. So, let's go. I'm going to go, since we're here, let's go to Waypoint Ruins. I think I can get one more fight in before I gotta stop the stream. Alright. Oh, this is gonna do 4. Alright, let's do with Waypoint Ruins. Alright, got my summons. Huge blood drop. No problem. Now let's see. Alright, we're gonna have to go the other way now. Still medium. Still medium, nice. Just like a tiny bit too heavy.
Tarnished, are we? I am Selen, a sorcerer. Why are you here? Ah, a yen for glintstone sorceries. I dare say your proclivities are far from ideal. Oh well, perhaps nurture will defy nature, with a bit of luck. But one must choose one's masters wisely. I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria as a reviled, apostate witch. Do you still wish to learn from me? Very well. You are now my protege in glintstone sorcery. But I refuse to coddle, or cast kind words. Never. Anticipate grievances, young apprentice.
Yep. That's all I can use right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 of those.
Is that as very well? I'll be sure to never lose.
1, 2. It's still pretty good. 14. All right. All right. For height, what are we doing? Oh, we got 5 minutes. All right. I think that I can run through fort height. It'll probably take me about 10 minutes. Last thing, new fort height. Get him, boys! We're height. Finished. How long did that take? About 4 minutes. Oh, yeah. Let's get you guys off. Smoking stone. Oh, nice. Get some. Oh, yeah. Let's put this in.
I've been waiting for you with bated breath. Did you manage to recapture my fort? Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. I knew I was right to trust you. Now, here's your reward, as promised. Go ahead. It's all yours. Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the demi-humans. What's that look? You don't believe me? Well, under the Erd Tree, commingling with the demi-humans is made possible. Even the vulgar shall not be left behind, under the rule of true order. Which is why I, Kenneth Haight, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave, have sworn to uphold it. Just you watch, my friend. Just you watch. Ah, yes. I've been meaning to ask. Would you like to enter my service? I see bright things in your future, stout warrior. Enter into my service and learn the workings of the Erd Tree's true order. And who knows? Perhaps sometime down the line, the grace of gold will return to those tarnished eyes of yours. What say you? A fine accord, is it not? Very well indeed. I knew I saw something in you. I shall await you at my fort. We shall hold a ceremony for your knighting there, I think. I see great things ahead of us. We are truly by the Erd Tree blessed. Right then, I've much...
Okay. Our last step for quite some time. It's totally optional, but finish this up. I'm gonna teleport to Castle Morn, and then I'm gonna end the stream. 2 hours. Hello. All right, almost there.
Ah, you, is it? I suppose you must have seen it by now, yes. The sorry state of my fort? Oh, indeed, it is a foul fate for a land to be without a ruler. One must be found, with haste, and not that awful Godric, but a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave. I'm sorry to have lifted your hopes, but I haven't the authority to raise you to knighthood as things stand. The great Kenneth Height issues his sincerest apology. But now, I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave. I must begin for a true and...
All right, and then here. Oh, nice. Whoop. Right. One side trip. Okay, all right, we're here. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely need to stop here. Let me. I don't want to stop. Let me. Just gonna do something. Oh yeah, just gonna do this. And then I also want to do this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna be gone at least a couple hours. I'm gonna try and come back and do at least a few more hours this evening. All right. Anyways, that's it for now. Stay tuned for part 2. Oh, cool. It was 2 hours 59 minutes, so almost exactly through.